8-year-old Shasta Groene and her 9-year-old brother Dylan are in the clutches of a psychotic serial killer.
It felt like forever, you know, waking up every day not knowing if you're gonna be alive the next.
Joseph Edward Duncan has murdered their mother and stepfather and their 13-year-old brother Slade.
Did Duncan ever threaten to kill you?
He did on several occasions if we didn't, you know, do what he said.
Now he's kidnapped Shasta and Dylan and holds them at a remote Montana campground in a nightmare of sexual abuse and torture.
He just went ballistic, pretty much. He put us into the red Jeep and he proceeded to do nasty, horrible things to us.
And as Shasta tells our Melissa Moore, every passing day brings them closer to a terrible end.
If me and Dylan ever seemed more interested in each other and what each other was doing, and we weren't showing interest in him, he would get very upset.
Dylan becomes a target for Duncan's rage and abuse.
He took more of his anger out on Dylan and was really mean to him and just beat him up and, you know, just stuff like that. And so I think after a certain amount of time, Dylan had started to lose hope that it was going to turn out good for him. So I kind of, instead of taking like the little sister role and having him comfort me, I kind of took that over and just ensured him all the time that he was strong and that we'd make it through it.
And Shasta uses every psychological tool at her command to survive and keep Duncan at bay.
I would ask Joseph Duncan questions about his life, would ask him about his family and, you know, ask questions like, you know, could I meet them one day? And he did start to be more nice to us. Like there was a couple of times where he was like, I'm gonna take you home. And so for me, that was like a good step.
He's already killed their stepdad, but now Duncan encourages them to write a letter to their biological father, Steve Groene.
Dear Dad, I miss you very much, and me and Dylan know what happened to Mom, Mark, and Slade, and we both feel very sorry for them. And we both miss you and Jesse and Vance, and we might see you guys again.
But the letter is never sent.
But I think that that was like another way to confuse us, because he just wanted us to believe that there was a chance that we would live or that we'd get out safe.
And a few days later, Duncan pulls out his shotgun with Dylan at close range. He fires and hits him in the stomach.
All of a sudden I just heard this loud bang. I was just frozen, like I didn't know what to do, and Joseph Duncan walked up to him with the gun and he was like, no, please don't.
But Shasta can't stop the madman. He fires again and her brother is gone.
I couldn't even say anything, like I couldn't scream, I just didn't even know what to do. And so he came up to me and Joseph Duncan was crying. He said it was an accident, he didn't mean to. I didn't know what the first shot was, but I knew that the second time was on purpose. He said that he did it so that Dylan wouldn't have to feel pain. So I was just confused, and I remember, like, I think for about a week I just didn't talk. I couldn't say anything, I was just frozen.
Next, 8-year-old Shasta is now on her own, grieving for her brother and in the grip of a stone-cold killer. And he's not finished.
He was like, how do you want to die? You have the choice to be strangled or you have the choice to be shot like your brother.
And a chance encounter brings a glimmer of hope.
Because something about the dynamic between the two, it set the hairs on the back of your neck up immediately. There was something just not okay.